Hello and welcome to my channel. So I'm going to do a reading for the Capricorn personality for the month of August. So looking at main themes, looking at big breakthroughs, things to look forward to and guidance to navigate the month of August. So let's get into it, shall we? Using Alistair Crowley's Thoth Deck. Main themes for Capricorn in August, please. There's one, thank you. I'll show you in a moment. Oh, all right, one more please. One more theme coming up for Capricorns, those watching, please. Interesting. Got quite a mixed bag here. Okay, so I'll show you them first. First of all, we've got here the Five of Swords. So having a look at that, seeing what comes through. Then we've got the Empress. So again, just having a look. I love this card. And then finally, we've got Six of Discs, Success. Okay, so really interesting. I'm definitely very drawn, that's the word, to the Empress. So the Empress speaks of like, well, it's Venus's card, so that's the Venus glyph there. And Venus is like the planet of love, of beauty, of relationships, of birthing new creations. So it feels like it might be quite a creative month for you, but in this kind of more Venusian way, rather than in this sort of forceful, willful way. We don't have any wands here. Wands speaks more of that kind of like action, drive, push energy. Whereas for me, this is more like creating because you want to create rather than like making stuff happen so much. But it is kind of surrounded by two very different cards here. So the Five of Swords often, yeah, it speaks of maybe feeling a little bit isolated is kind of what I'm getting with this actually, which is really interesting. It's Venus in Aquarius. Venus in Aquarius is quite a tricky sort of placement just because like it's not in its fall, but Aquarius is like a bit of a lone wolf, right? It's like on the fringes, it's on the outside looking in, and Aquarius is okay with that, but Venus doesn't love to, like, Venus wants to connect, Venus wants to collaborate, work with other people. So I wonder if there's something about maybe feeling a little bit more alone. And yeah, like also this card can speak of just like feeling maybe like you've been working quite hard on something and it's like you feel a little bit depleted. There's like an energy of maybe you are feeling quite depleted and now you're being asked to like get into a more creative space to fill up your own cup, which may lead to some success, because we do have the Success card here, Moon in Taurus. Moon is exalted in Taurus. This is a really positive card. So yeah, so that's quite interesting. Let's see what other cards we've got to get some more information here. So big breakthroughs for Capricorn, please. It does feel like you need to, yeah, like tend to some wounds this month. Interesting. Big breakthroughs for Capricorn, please. Interesting. Yeah. There is a sort of feeling, I'm getting this slight sort of like overworked feeling. We've got Ten of Swords. Being kind of feeling just like not exhausted exactly, although it could be for some of you, but it's more just like in traditional tarot, it's a picture of a man with like loads of swords in his back. Like maybe someone's hurt you or you feel hurt by people, or you have felt hurt, like there's some kind of betrayal maybe. But with this being in the breakthrough, maybe you're moving on the other side of this, because we do have the Five of Swords in the first position, and then it's leading to success. So it's like maybe you've been through some like kind of, yeah, like heavier sort of energy around, like you've been stabbed in the back, like you've been hurt in some way. But now it's a time to heal, and it feels like the healing is going to be by starting something new that's creative, like maybe a new creative project, or something that you can nurture, something that you can take care of. Like the Empress really speaks of like nurturing, so that could be a creative project, but it could also be like just taking care of yourself, like self-care, like nurturing oneself. Okay. So something to look forward to for the month of August for Capricorns, please. Because we do have the success card here. Yeah. Oh, interesting. So we have here the Eight of Swords. This is like, this card speaks of focusing too much on the details. Like it's an overemphasis on like fixation on details that aren't like what am I trying to say, like when the Eight of Swords is here, it's like you're overthinking things, that things are kind of like, and it's creating a lot of anxiety and mental stress. So with this being something to look forward to, obviously that doesn't sound like something to look forward to, but again, it could be being on the other side of this sort of denser energy. We've got a lot of swords here. Swords rules the mind. So, well, it's the air element, which is like the mind, it's intellect, it's our thoughts, it processes. So swords can be a sort of trickier suit because the mind can be a tricky place. So there is something here about you tending to your mental health this month, getting your thoughts like in order. Like that's a bit of a weird way of phrasing it, but like there's something about getting your mental health in check this month, because it feels like you've been, yeah, potentially like just having quite difficult, challenging thoughts, feeling quite defeated, overthinking things, maybe holding yourself back in some way. Like it feels like there's something in you that wants to be birthed, but you're like not taking the step forward. But what I'm really seeing here is if you do, then you will have success with whatever it is that you're trying to bring forth this month. Okay, guidance to navigate. It's like you've been stopping yourself. Interesting. What is getting in the way? It's like self-doubt, inner critic being too loud. Yeah, I'm just really getting this picture of someone just being like, oh, like God, like it's like, it's too much. Okay. Guidance to navigate the month of August, please, for Capricorns. Really interesting. Yeah, makes sense. Eight of Cups, walking away from something, leaving something behind. There is a sort of, because this is quite a sad energy as well, like leaving something behind that maybe you've been like trying to make work, you've been trying to sort of like shoehorn something, like it's like giving me this like, oh, like, but I put so much into it and I don't want to let it go, I want to keep going, because it's like I've invested so much. That could be a person, it could be a job, it could be a project, like it may manifest in various different ways. But this is the guidance, is to leave the thing that is no longer working for you, to walk away from the thing that you know is heavy, that is maybe causing you this mental anguish. Like for some of you, it feels like, you know, it's causing you a lot of stress, and it's like, you don't need this, and you're being guided to walk away. Something new wants to come through. That's what it is. It's like something new wants to come through, but you have to walk away from something in order to start that new thing, to birth the new thing, to have success in something else. But it does feel like for some of you, you're holding on, like, it's, you know, the expression, like, she says, can't remember it now, it's like sunk costs, like sunk cost fallacy. The sunk cost fallacy is a psychological phenomena where you invest, like, you invest a lot in something and you don't want to walk away from it because you feel the pain of the loss of associated effort, so you just keep staying with it. But actually it's a fallacy, because if you stay in it, then you could do it for another 5 years, but if you'd given it up 5 years ago, you'd be 5 years further ahead. Do you know, it's that kind of thing. There's something about, for some of you, not all of you, that there is a kind of feeling of, but I've invested a lot and I don't want to walk away, but that is what is being asked of you. So let's get a little bit more guidance from the Oracle deck, just to get a little bit more guidance to navigate. For the month of August for Capricorns, please. But yeah, it seems like you need to be kinder to yourselves. All right, I've got one so far. I'll get a few more out. Yeah, it's been a lot on your mind. Something that's been stressing you out. It's a lot of swords. Guidance to navigate the month of August, please. Oh, hello. Oh, I love this. One more, please. Oh, gosh. A bit too many. Let's see if any of those come back out. Right, interesting. So we've got 2 Leo cards here. This is a Moonology deck, so it's all associated with different astrological, like, moon phases. So we've got here new moon in Leo, shine. We actually are in the new moon right now. So maybe doing the new moon, like working with this new moon, and doing some like work around that, of stepping into your, like, the new moon for Leo is very much about stepping into like your power. And we do also have here a need to be humble. But yeah, like, sorry, I'm going off on a tangent now. So if that feels resonant for you and like, actually want to work with a new moon, I have done a video on this in my video section on the new moon in Leo, so check that out if that feels like yeah, that's sort of resonating for me. But yeah, new moon in Leo in a nutshell is about like learning how to shine brightly, and recognizing the importance of shining. And like, yeah, actually this might be really helpful for you right now, because with all of this, like holding yourself back, a lot of inner critic, being a bit hard on yourself, overthinking things, Leo like can be really helpful to just like kind of push all of that out of the way and embody more of this like bravery and courage that is required to do the things that actually light our souls on fire. That's Leo. Leo wants you to like do what your heart is calling, even if it's scary. So it requires courage. And working with Leo and like roaring like a lion, like being that kind of like bigger, brighter version of yourself could be really helpful. But there is just a little heads up here of like, but be humble, like, which is interesting. So shine, but be humble. And we've got to assess the situation as well. So maybe doing a little bit of like just an analysis of situations that you're approaching, like, but in a more sort of objective way. It might be really helpful. Again, like, it feels like there's a lot of focus on the mind and being logical, using your logic to help you through some of this difficulty. Yeah, really interesting. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed that, liking, commenting, subscribing, all those things really help support the channel. It's all this content's free, so anything you can do to help support it would be marvelously appreciated. Thank you so much. Mwah. Bye.